How's it going, guys? In this video, I wanted to bring you 3 riffs that, in my very biased opinion, made Randy Rhoads a great guitarist. He's one of my favorite players, and this video is coming off the back of a video I did very recently, which you guys loved, called 3 Riffs That Made Jakey Lee a Great Guitarist. Please hit that link up there if you haven't seen it. This video is very similar to that, and a lot of you requested Randy Rhoads in the comments as well. These riffs are my favorites from Randy. They really contributed to my playing, and they're a little bit different and not the obvious choice that you'd expect from Randy. So you're not going to find Mr. Crowley, I Don't Know, or Crazy Train here. You can learn them everywhere. For this video, I have picked Steal Away the Night from the Blizzard of Oz album, S.A.T.O from Diary of a Madman, and Believer from Diary of a Madman as well. They are, in my opinion, my absolute favorites. They're all very different from one another, and I think you're going to really enjoy them. For 2 of the riffs, I'm going to be tuned to standard tuning, and for Believer, I'm tuned down half a step to honor the original on this occasion. To heat up the digits, we're going to be looking at Steal Away the Night, and this one is in standard tuning. I'm going to play a little bit of it slow for you, and then I'll break it down. Here we go. Okay, we're starting off on the 9th fret of the D and G. Then we've got 7 and 9 on the low E. Then over to the 7th fret of the D and G. So far you should have this pattern here. Then to go back around, we're going to play 9 and then 7 again on low E. And that's pretty much all there is to it for the pattern. It's a really unique thing that I've never seen Randy Rhoads do anywhere else. It's dead simple, but really effective. We repeat that a couple of times. At the end of the second time round, it's 9th fret on the D and G there. Then for the next time around, we're going to go down to the 3rd fret and 5th fret and do a very similar thing, but it starts off subtly different. Goes 3rd fret and 5th fret on the low E. And then we're playing the 5th fret there on the D and G, and you've got to sort of roll that index finger across, that ring finger I should say. You've then got 3 and 5 again on the low E, and then we go over to the 3rd fret of the D and G there. We go back down, and then we've got this cool number here. F sharp power chord, B power chord, and then 2 and 3, 0 on the low E. So then round we go. Steal Away the Night. There you have it. Now, S.A.T.O is a really weird specimen of a riff because it involves a really cool strumming pattern and really familiar chords to create a really interesting effect, especially with the inclusion of the open strings. Oddly enough, Ozzy never played this live with the band at the time, which I think is utterly bizarre. It would have been a barn burner. But what you've got is this strumming pattern. I'm going to play the riff slow and then I'll break it down. Okay, really simple to do. What you've got is this pattern here. So it starts with a downstroke there. This is E minor here with the fretting hand, nothing new here. But you've got a downstroke covering the bottom 3 strings, then an upstroke here, which takes care of the top 3 strings. And what you've got is a down and an up. Then on the low E, which is muted by this point, you're doing a down, up, down. Then 2 upstrokes for the top 3 strings. And the idea here is to really give it some bounce. Then all you would do is insert that pattern to the other chords. The other chord would be a C power chord with the octave on the top there. And the other one would be the A there. All you do is slide that shape down, eliminating the index finger there from the A chord. So you've got that B and high E. That's really what makes this riff work. Then what turns the riff round is we go to a B power chord with the open B and high E on the top to make it really ring. Open A, hammer onto 2, then pull off to open. 3, 2, open on the low E. Then back to the E minor chord. So add vibrato to that F sharp there to give it that almost Tony Iommi quality. And all you would do is repeat that pattern, but this is where you start to insert little elements of lead into the riff. So E minor once again. You've got that little sort of question there, if you like. 5 and 4 on the D string. Then 7 on the A with vibrato. Proceed to the C chord to keep in time. Then answer that lead with this. 5, 4, 5 on the D string with vibrato, and proceed as you would normally. Another one you can do is this. All that is just including an octave there. 10 on the A, 12 on the G. One of my favorites is you go around and fill the same gaps with this. Basically G and B 7 and then 9 and 8 on the B there as your little filler bit. The little scratches to give it that sense of looseness. So then rather than playing that same turnaround, you can do this. So that's 4, 2, open on the G, same on the D, 3, 2, open on the A, same on the low E. Then add a little bit of palm muting to that and you're well on your way. S.A.T.O, there you have it. Believer, I think, is Randy Rhoads' meanest riff because it's just got some incredible changes in it. It's a great tempo and it's got some amazing weirdiosities about it. I'm going to play it slowly, then I'll break it down a bit. It shouldn't take you too long to get this. It's actually quite easy to play. Okay, to start off, you've got an open A, hammer onto 2. Then you've got 5 and 4 on the D. A little bit of vibrato there. Then you've got 2 on the G and then 5 on the B. And this is interesting because when you play that upstroke there for the B string, you're also including the open high E to give it that double tracked effect. You hear that live when you hear the vibrato of that B string and the high E ringing against one another. It gives it that almost double tracked effect live. Then the next section there, I just played it, is 2 on the D, 3 on the A, and they can bleed into each other a little bit for the feel. Then 5 and 4 again on the D. And to turn it around, you've got this, a little bit of a harmonic minor sort of quality. Open D, 1 on the D, and then 4 on the D. Then E power chord to finish there. So far you should have this. Then you've got this. Just power chords again. F sharp, rooted on the D string there. Slide up to G. Then D power chord. So taking that same power chord there and then coming down a string. And I'm going to throw in the verse riff here for variety because this includes some cool stuff as well. You've got basically this sort of... the sort of thing that would eventually end up in things like Holy Diver and Dio and stuff. Similar groove. And what you've got is an E power chord there. Down, up, down. And you've got this little fill here. It's very reminiscent of what we just had in S.A.T.O. Goes 5 and 4. 7 on the low E. 4 on the D. Hammer onto 7 on the D. And then you've got G7 as well. Back to E power chord. B power chord. D power chord with a B. Sorry, open high E on the top. Then you've got this. Open high E. Then you've got 8 on the D and the A there with vibrato. So mean. Then back into the riff you go. Have some fun with that. Thank you very much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you'd like to learn some more riffs, it doesn't have to be Ozzy Osbourne related riffs. It could be anybody. Please list them in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.